This model kit review is of the Blue Angels. It's the F-18 Hornet version, and it is a 1/48 scale model by Revell. And here's a picture of the finished model. This is position number 1. I think they have decals for all the 6 positions. Here's the other pictures and the details of the plane and the colors needed. Let's have a look inside. This is an older mold. It actually came from Monogram. So the quality is not all that good. You can immediately see actually the quality is not that great. It's very different to the molding of the other Revell F-18. Well, that's the Super Hornet. This is the Hornet. So this is fairly well molded. We do all have raised panel and rivet lines though. This mold is from 1996, 95 actually. So here we have our air intakes. We've got a lot of flashing here, as you can see. Not very well molded. Here's our pilot figure. He's got some good detail there. Here's our cockpit canopy. It's all scratched up. Here we have our pylons and weapons. These came pretty standard on the original Monogram plane. Obviously you won't need these for the Blue Angels version. Additional parts for the body. So I think weapons. Lots and lots of flashing here. That's kind of disappointing. You see here the molds just did not line up well. Here are our tails, stabilizer. These parts come together, they move together. Here are our wheels. Those are reasonably well molded, although tremendous amount of flashing. We have our landing gear here. This part's about to fall off. All with mold lines, unfortunately. As you can see here on this other part of the front landing gear. Here we have our exhausts, and you can set them up either way, either open or closed. Here's our nose cone, arm of our pilot. We do have some wheel wells, covers. Fortunately, we do have some flashing and mold lines there too. Here's our instrument panel. That's fairly detailed. We have some missiles, and we have our ejection seat with some detail there, and a central fuel tank. Here's our cockpit, also with some good detail. And our ejection seat. You can see this, the molding quality is not great. This old mold. Interesting though, we do have the detail inside of the wheel wells. But the rest of it is all raised panel lines and rivet lines. Let's have a look at our decals and instructions. So these are the Blue Angel decals. And it looks like they only have 1 through 4. Here are the instructions. Let's open those up. First of all, here are the colors needed. This is the large sheet. So we start off with building the cockpit and the ejection seat. That's then put together with the pilot and put inside the fuselage. Build the exhausts and the stabilizers go on. Let's look at number 11 here. Fuselage is put together, nose is put on, then our air intakes. And the wheel well sides are put on. And the central fuel tank. And wheel well covers. And the actuators for the control surfaces. And then our landing gear. We continue on with our landing gear here. Here's our tail hook and exhausts. Nose wheel goes in. Air brake and tails. And then weapons systems. Okay, and then here we have our canopy going on, open or closed, and then the painting and decal guide. So all in all, it's got a fair level of detail, both in the cockpit and wheel wells. That's always a good sign. The decals are nicely printed, and just the molding quality is unfortunately not great.